Hello, everybody. Welcome to HobbyPlex After Hours, where you get to sit down and hang out with me for an hour or so. Tonight's probably only going to be an hour, as I got to get ready for work tomorrow. So actually go to bed at a reasonable time. But tonight, I am going to start going through my B6.2 here. I'm pretty much wrapped up with the summer series for 40 plus mod buggy, and I don't really want to run next week, just because if I can help it, I like to make sure that everything runs smoothly, whether it be the door prizes, the big grand prize giveaways, the awards, just making sure the day goes by real smooth. I am starting to feel better. My ribs still hurt. It's kind of isolated right here, but I'm definitely able to kind of like set it aside during the day. So next week there will be a track change for the final race. So I got all that going down. I don't really want to have to focus on running this car again. So I figured now would be a good time to kind of tear it down a little bit. Check the bearings. I'm going to replace a lot of the arms and stuff to try to eliminate some of this slop that's built up over the season, and get it ready to go. So it's official. We just booked our night or our hotel for the Masters of Dirt in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So the whole family's going to go to that. I'm racing 40 plus mod buggy and open 2-wheel drive mod buggy, and Emerson is going to race open, and then he's going to race my 13.5 car in 13.5 4-wheel drive. So the wheeler is basically ready to go. This one, I mean, I probably could, just leave it alone, but I don't really want to. I want to take the time, freshen it up a little bit, since I don't really feel like buying a new car. This will probably be the same car. Not probably. This will be the same car that I use for our big race in February. So I just want to make it last. So Shane's on here, Shane Alberico. He missed round 5 of our summer series. Kind of a bummer, but that's okay. Sometimes that happens. You just make the next one. So we got hopefully more door prizes coming in tomorrow. I was kind of hoping to get some today, but nothing really came in. So maybe all that stuff will either show up tomorrow or possibly next week sometime. We did get all the awards in though, and they look great. There's these really cool stand-up plaques. You can kind of see right there. We've been doing these sticker boards for a really long time, and I know that many of our racers are kind of looking for something different. So we went ahead and did do something different. I think it's going to turn out really nice. I think they're going to take great pictures. So it's really good. So I don't know about you guys, but I go through wings all the time. And I tend to break them the same way. So they break like right here. You can kind of see a crack. And that's why I don't take the time to like scuff them or anything, because I go through them so often. So that is one thing I forgot today. I was gonna get a wing, and I forgot. Oh well. I keep getting tempted to get one of the new J Concepts bodies, but this thing just keeps on rolling, so there's no real reason. This is Nate Sutherland's car. He left it at the HobbyPlex night after his race, and they didn't realize until I got home. So it's going to sit here for the next couple for at least a week, and then I'll take it to the track on next Friday. Starting tomorrow, we're having a Tamiya Championship Series event. It'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's kind of a short notice type race, so we'll see what the turnout is going to be. But I think it'll be fun regardless of the numbers. The Tamiya Championship Series is an on-road event, and it's a free race, so you don't have to pay the entry fee. And there's all sorts of goodies and giveaways. So, yeah. I should get a car just to get a couple giveaways. So I do want to mention that this set of tires right here, this is probably the best set of tires that I've had all season when it comes to tire wear and break-in, because they are like the ideal break-in for racing. You guys can kind of see, at least at our track, because we're not really running slicks. If you guys can, I don't know how good this is going to show up on camera, but you can kind of see how that edge, you can't really see it very well. But basically, the rubber has this really nice edge on it, and it tails off on the back side. And that's like the money spot for a broken-in tread, is when they have that edge on them. And these tires are going to get put in a bag, and they're going to get well taken care of so that they don't like expand and get all weird, because I would like to keep these a while, since I'm not going to run next week. And Emerson's got his own tires, so I'm going to find my Gravity RC tire container and keep those in it. Somebody just texted me. There's my sister. My sister just texted me. So, yep, kind of a lazy night. No real rush to do anything, and even the fronts are good too. This is a very good match set of tires. But I plan on putting new spindles, new rear hubs on. I'm going to replace all the inserts. I'm going to replace the arms and just keep those arms as backups in case Emerson and I break one. Should be good to go. I'm going to check all the bearings, make sure none of them are locked up. If the car's ever acting funny and you can't really figure it out, a lot of times it's just like a bearing's frozen or getting crunchy. So let's see, what am I going to do first? So a question on here is, when does carpet season start? So carpet off-road starts October 10th. So we go from, hang on one second, I'll be right back. Sorry, dead air. Oof. Sorry, I'm gonna drink some elixir from Satan, Mountain Dew. But anyways, yeah, carpet starts October 10th, And our syndicate, that's what we call our point series because it sounds cool, is going to run. So there's, let's see, I think there's 9 weeks total. The last one is January 2nd. And then we're going to switch back to dirt for the month of January to get ready for that big race in February. And then the 3 open Saturdays after that, we're going to have to have a discussion as to whether or not we want to go back to carpet for those 3 days, because they're pretty spaced out, or if we want to stick to dirt the rest of the time. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Probably next week, I'll be working on Emerson's car, getting it ready for carpet. I got to get him the hard arms and put sway bars on his car, put the gear diff in. But he still has one more Summer Series race to do. So that's why I'm working on my car. Nathan's on here. How's it going? Shane, I think you'd have some fun. Carpet is a very fun diversion. It's for me personally, it's not something that I would want to do all the time, but I do enjoy racing carpet for a short period of time. That being said, I probably won't be racing carpet this year, just because I'm going to have so much stuff to do that I don't really want to have to take my car and switch it around so much. So I think I'm just going to leave this car alone for dirt and call it good, and see what I can get out of racing. Just focusing, I guess, on Emerson's car and making sure that he's got the best equipment, and see how he takes to that, because he does like racing carpet a lot. So Chances on here, yeah, I'm a dirt guy. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But like I said, for short periods of time, I don't mind carpet. That's why I kind of like how I got our schedule worked out now, where we just go right into carpet and just go straight through for a couple months. Historically, February and March have been extremely busy for us in general, because we usually have February is always a short month. So if you add the Techno Series in there, we used to have the TCS race in February, the Carpet Crash-In, which we're still going to have. That's on the 27th. And then there's usually a dirt oval race or something like that in March. So everything's always kind of like crammed into those 2 months. That I think this year, the way it is, it's probably going to be a lot easier on me just personally to get stuff done. Because the Techno Series, I treat it the same way as the Summer Series. You know, I got to make sure the track is good. Got to contact sponsors constantly for door prizes. You got to make sure that everything gets done the way that it's supposed to be done, and that can be quite a bit of stress. So, and at the Plex, carpet is a lot of work. It's actually more work than dirt, because we have to put the track up and then immediately take the track down. And there's a couple races where the Winter Series is right after a syndicate race. So not only do we have to take the track down, but then I got to stay and I got to vacuum the whole thing afterwards to make it look really nice. So it's a lot of work. So I'm kind of happy that we have our schedule the way it is, so that I can basically just get that out of the way. Like just get it done and over with, and then move on, I do have one or two jumps that I want to make new for this year. There's the way the track layout is right now. It's like primo set up to have like a double after this area. I see it in my head and I want to do it, so I got to make a couple new jumps. Nice low jumps, jumps that won't hurt the carpet. You know, that's another part of it. Got to get these out of here, and then I got to remember the spacing. The little one goes on top. And let's see. Tell you Nate's setup. Oh. Doesn't look like anything special. He's yeah. Nothing really out of the ordinary for a Losi car. More than likely, you can just jump on find Tom Rinnerneck's setup from OCRC or something. I think that's pretty much what they're doing. So Daniel, there's no racing this Saturday, so don't come this Saturday. We had a really weird thing where this race, this on-road race coming up starting tomorrow, kind of got sprung on me. I wasn't sure if we were going to have it or not, and then I was told about a week ago that they were. So so there's no off-road tomorrow or Saturday. So I'd hate to see you show up thinking there was and then be like, what's this? What's this crap? Hopefully some of you guys know who that was. What? Excuse me. Buggy is done exciting, just needs a motor, thinking Trinity 13.5. Any brand 13.5 is going to be fine. If you're a Trinity fanboy, go for it. If you like Motive, which is what I have in my car, Reedy, McLaren, they're all good. I'm sure people out there have their own opinions, but as everybody does. I'm never running that bull crap. That's a bunch of crap. Yeah, I kind of figured you guys would all run. So Shane Albarico's on here saying that most of their cars are all kind of set up very similar, and I kind of figured. I mean, Tom really had his figured out, or has his figured out, obviously, with as fast as he's able to go. So, okay, I need this nut, so I don't forget that. So these are my old spindles. I'm just going to keep them, you know, in case there's a breakage or something. I don't have to buy new ones. They're just kind of, you know, they've had a whole season on them, so they're worn out. Thought about getting a new car. That was always kind of my thing. Was basically I'd run a car, and then after a while I'd be like, all right, I'm done with that car, move on, and you know, I'd sell it and recycle that money and get another car. But this year, I think I'm going to try something a little different. I think I'm actually going to just replace. I'm just going to replace the components on the car. So So all these get put off to the side. So I have these red bins, right? And I think if you're into RC car racing, these red bins are amazing. So got them for my tools, and then I got them for my spare parts. So this is my associated box. So all of my associated parts kind of get thrown here. You know, it's got this bottom section. So I've got arms. You know, I keep an extra servo on hand because you never know. I got my gear diff in here ready to go for Emerson's car for carpet. Yeah. So and then I have my other box. So I've got, I call this my Losi box. So I have some Losi 22 parts in here if I ever get another one. I tend to keep extra motors around, another extra servo because you never have too many backups. I got a Losi gear diff ready to go if I want to do that again this year. And there's some extra bits here, arms and linkages and stuff like that. Some extra pieces that don't belong to Losi cars, but whatever, doesn't matter. So, yep, those things you can find them at Menards for like $10, and they're some of the best. I think they're the best best thing to have around for keeping all your stuff in order. If you ever see the Real Pros, they've got bins and bins and bins of those with just parts in them, all labeled usually. And a lot of times if they help somebody out, give them a part or whatever, you know, they'll write it down, a little tally mark, and they'll replenish it with their next order they place. I am not that organized. Never have been. That's probably one of my downfalls, not organized enough. So there was a wreck right outside of our house today on my way home, and it involved an 18, a 14-year-old, a 16-year-old, a 15, a 14, and a 14. Man, all youngsters. The wreck was brutal too. It bums me out. I was afraid it was a bunch of kids too, because a couple of them that I saw getting taken to the ambulance, they were young, so it's a shame. Hopefully they're going to be recovering quick. Bob's here. So one thing to remember to do when you're replacing your arms and stuff is don't lose these itty bitty baby screws that help keep your hinge pins in. It's kind of an easy thing to lose track of. So in the past, several times I have taken these apart, set them somewhere, never to be seen again. And then you're like, oh, crap. And usually I don't keep a lot of those on hand extra. So another thing I want to do is just make sure that these pins roll straight, because if they don't, then they're a good thing to replace. And it can also, these hinge pins can also really affect how your car handles too, especially on the front end. There's There's some cars that are really susceptible to have bent hinge pins, and some that are not. So associated cars, you don't really see them bent that much. So I'm going to stick these in here with my other ones, so I remember. And then also, I still have a Yokomo arm in my associated box. I should probably get rid of that. Do you know how many times that I've given this to Emerson when he's broken a left A arm and been like, here you go. And then he's like, Dad, this doesn't work. And I go, oh, crap, it's a Yokomo one. So I don't even know what to do with it. I had a Yokomo for 3 months. It was okay. Broke a lot, though. Or at least more than I expected it to. That being said, I very rarely break one of these cars. All right, I got to look and see if I got a bulkhead that's new. I thought I did. I do. Right there. We're going to replace that too, because these tend to wear out. I thought about getting the aluminum one, but I don't really have a problem breaking these. My son does, so he definitely has an aluminum front bulkhead on. So if you have a B6.2, and one of the big hop-ups you can do is get this piece in that aluminum, or J Concepts actually just came out with a steel version that I think could be really good on carpet, because the bronze front bulkhead for weight, they're pretty, I mean, they're heavy, but they do wear out because they're bronze. So I think the steel one should last quite a bit longer. And I'm definitely going to order one of those for Emerson's car for carpet. So I actually have a couple of these, so I think I'm just going to chuck this one. And we'll put it back on. Rod Case is on here. He just asked no 40 plus for carpet. So, you know, the Syndicate is just kind of a cool name for club racing, right? So, I didn't really want to. I don't want to split up stuff too much. So, for just our weekly club racing, kind of like we do on Saturdays, no. I didn't. Not even something I even thought about. For the crash-in though, 27th February, there would definitely be 40 plus. But for weekly racing, sorry. Yeah, for the crash-in, there will definitely be 40 plus. But yeah, just for weekly stuff, no. There will be 40 plus at that big February race. I'm actually really excited about that. Kind of digging the 40 plus stuff. Like, I didn't think I would, because I was like, oh man, I'm 40. But actually, I'm 41. But now that we've ran it for a little while, I think it's awesome. Anything I can do, anything I can enter to keep me running, to at least get that a chance for that buzz when you get a win. Like that club race day I won. Dude, that was like one of the best weeks ever. So I'm putting on my new front A-arms. I got my new front bulkhead. It's going to be like a brand new car, man. I'm excited. I should probably check the tweak of the chassis. That's a lot of work, though, because that means I got to take all this off and like set it on a flat thing and make sure it's not tweaked. It's probably worth it, though. But I haven't done anything stupid to this car. Sometimes I do stupid stuff like driving straight into walls and stuff like that. I haven't done that with this car that I'm aware of, so it's probably fine. Bob's on here. Is Bob going to race this Tamiya race this weekend? I'm not really sure what else is going on. I've done that once. Remember that we had that embankment? You actually have a video of it on your YouTube channel. So Rod Case is on here. If you subscribe to RC Racing, he's got some videos. One of the best tracks we've ever had is from 2017, and it had this this wall ride. It was kind of a wall ride. It was more like an embankment, and I shot my car through the garage door once. It was great. Oh. Well, that's lame. Okay, let's put the bumper back on. Well, Shane, it's not on video. It's just the track. The track is cool. He didn't get my send it on video. Luckily, I wouldn't want that on video. But the track is super. Basically, if we ever hold the Nats again, that track from 2017 will more than likely come back almost exactly how it was. There's one thing I would like to change, but that track was super. That track was rad. It really was. So, yeah, I'm glad there's a couple videos of it, so we don't forget about it. I've got pictures of it saved on my phone. Actually, I'll show you guys. Got to go all the way back to here, though. I've got a couple really good pictures of it saved right when it got done getting painted. Would have been after 2016. Oh yeah, this one. So it's this one right there. That's one of my favorite tracks of all time. And if we get the Nats back, totally doing it again. We're almost exact. Everything about it was awesome. And that front jump section that went uphill was fantastic. So kind of glaring. Yep. So if It was smooth. It was really good track. I mean, it was amazing. If I was going to put in for the 2021 Nats, but the way that Roar is going to work with this COVID thing, all the tracks that were supposed to hold nationals this year apparently are going to hold nationals next year, and so we wouldn't have had a chance to do it anyways. So more than likely, I'll put in for the 2022 nationals, which I'll be 44. So just I can feel my back and my shoulders and my feet start to ache just thinking about it. But whatever, it is what it is. Now I need my inserts. So they're number 5s. Oops, that's the wrong one. Hopefully I have some. I think I do. Yeah, I do. The Nats track was good. The Nats track, it does have a couple things I would have done differently. I think the straightaway coming down, those 3 little hops, that up corner was super awesome. The drop off and the double and the stairs and then the triple were great. I had to make a audible when I was building that track for after the triple because there wasn't much room. And then the biggest thing I would change if I had to do that again was at the start of the straightaway was a drop off. And if I had to do it again, I would have just made that a smoother transition. There would have been a lot less. It just would have flowed better, and probably would have been a lot less carnage in that specific area of the racetrack. So that one I kind of wish I could have back so I could redo. So Bob asked if we got any Proline carpet tires. Not the new ones yet, but they are on back order. I ordered 12 pairs of them, but we do have prisms, and we have a couple different pairs or a couple different types of Prolines. At the end of last year, everybody was starting to run out of tires, so I just ordered whatever I can get my hands on. And then I back ordered a lot of stuff. So a lot of stuff came off the back order while the COVID thing was going on and nobody was running carpet. So we actually have buttloads of carpet tires over there from both Proline and J Concepts. So, but the new ones we'll have the Hexons or whatever we're going to have as soon as they come out. We'll have them. Mason is back and he asks, if I decide to use Dean plugs on my Latrax Teton, do I have to change out the connectors on the battery and the ESC? Yes, you do. That would be changing the plugs. The whole thing. Are these the right hubs? Or are these the old ones? Uh-oh. Here I am, Mr. Prepared again. I'm so prepared I could feel it. Oh. Wah, wah. See, I went through my box and I was like, all right, what do I have and what don't I have? And I don't. Well, that's a bummer. Okay, well, that's fine. It's not like I'm in a hurry. Got to make sure I don't lose this stuff. So my cat Roxy likes to come up here now and do the cat thing and knock all my stuff down. So I got to be real careful. But I can still look at these bearings, see if they're okay. So I got the wrong spindles or C-hubs. And you know what sucks is I was gonna get a pack of C-hubs so that I could get the right inserts. And then I was like, no, I have those already. And lo and behold, I don't have them. So, oh well. That just means I have to wait a little bit. It's no big deal. I hate doing that because it scratches up the hexes. It'll be all right. So I'm still going to take my front axles off and check the bearings, make sure the axles are straight, make sure there's no major wear on these, because if they show signs of stress, you definitely want to replace them, but I think we're okay. That looks pretty good. We'll pop these bearings out real quick. I like to use the like at the end of a ball wrench, or as big of a Allen as you can get, so you don't mess up the bearings. And then you can just kind of poke them through. That's true. I didn't even think about that. That's a good idea. Shane's gonna leave. He's got to go to. He's got to get ready for school. That's a wise choice, my friend. Don't stay up late on my account. We do sell those weights. Got one in my car actually. So. Yeah, we got that, and we got the battery one too, the one that goes underneath the battery. This is actually a bad bearing. See? That's why I keep bearings around. So one of the last things that I ever did when I was sponsored by Team Losi and Horizon Hobby was I ordered a whole bunch of bearings because I was like, all right, I got to set myself up for future endeavors here. But at the time, I was also running a lot of 8-scale. So I have a whole bunch of these 8-scale size bearings, like 8x16s and 10x15s and 5x11s that I still have. Got a whole bunch of these 5x11 tubes. And then Team Losi sells this awesome kit that I thought, I don't like how much grease is in those though. It's kind of lame. Daniel wants to know when there's carpet racing practice. So here's the deal. Basically, carpet racing practice is pretty much the day of. Also, it can be Friday nights, as long as I have the track up. So some Friday nights last year, I had to work. And so I wasn't able to even start on the track until late on Friday. And then I started asking for time to actually be able to get the track up. So hopefully this year the track will be ready to go by about 4 o'clock every Friday. And if it's not, then you'll just have to wait. But again, our situation is kind of different because we have to tear the track up or put the track up and then tear it right back down. So we're constantly, the carpet track's temporary is basically what I'm trying to say. So look at that. Haha. That works way better. Derp. Let's see. Looking to get an 8 scale. You know, how do I put this? My personal preference for me, myself personally, I like Mugen. Okay. I started racing when I started racing 8 scale. A Mugen is what I always wanted. Eventually did get an MBX5 before I got sponsored by TLR. So I've always kind of been a Mugen guy myself. I think the MBX8 suits my driving style. It's got the pillow balls, so I feel like it's maybe a little smoother. But that being said, the techno cars are pretty awesome. The 2.0s are a pretty significant improvement. They're super tough. They're a caster block car, so they turn really well. On our track, they seem to have plenty of grip. They jump good, land good. You really can't go wrong with any of the major brands, I think. You know, there's not one that I would be like, don't buy that, right? Unless we're talking like Exceed RC or something stupid. The Low C8X is really good. Hot Bodies cars are good. X-Rays are really good. Associated B6.2s, they're fantastic. So you really can't go wrong. The Gamma cars are really good. I've driven them, and I was really impressed. In fact, back when I was knowing that I wasn't going to be a sponsored guy anymore, I kind of test drove about 6 different vehicles, and I was like, wow, the Gamma is actually the one that I should be buying, you know. But I still went with the Mugen because that's what I had my heart on. So my heart set on. Anyways, so yeah. That's a very vague answer, but a lot of that is just personal preference. I mean, you know, Emerson wants to run a techno car this year, so hopefully by Christmas time I'll be able to afford to get him a techno truggy. That's what we're going to run again. And you know, if I was going to buy a car for myself, maybe for next summer, if I can finally get away to some of these races I want to go to, you know, I'll be purchasing a Mugen again. So Daniel's going to be on vacation. Oh, well, I'm going to be on vacation from the 19th through the 27th. So look at that. We all have our vacation time coming. But that just means he's going to miss 2 rounds of our syndicate. Sucks to be you. Sucks to have parents that'll take you on vacation in October. That's okay. I took Emerson on vacation with me 2 Februarys ago to California. Well worth it. Got some quality time together. You got to see the ocean. You got to fly on a plane. I was like in my 30s before I flew on an airplane. I did see the ocean when I was 19, though. Okay, well, I can't really go any further with the front end until I get the right hubs. So there's that. And I don't really feel like tearing everything else apart already because I'm going to be done here in 9 minutes. Kind of cutting this one short. So I got to go to sleep. I got to work all weekend because you honored guys. I don't normally work Saturdays. I mean, I do, but I don't. I run the races on Saturdays, which is still work, but it's not work, you know? So, oh, God. Never flown or seen the ocean. I'm sorry. The ocean's pretty cool. So I've actually seen, so when I was 19, I spent almost a month in California getting ready for the 99 Nationals. So I got to see the ocean there, but I didn't have a car, so it was wasn't very fun. And then in 2001, my wife, my best friend, and I drove to this race called the Florida Winter Champs. That's no longer around. The race isn't. The track's there, but not the race. And we got to see the west coast of the Gulf of Mexico, Florida side, west coast, and then in 2005, my buddy Ben Bertle and I drove to Harlingen, Texas, which, if you're looking at a map, is right near Brownsville, Texas. So it's on the Mexico border, right smack dab at the bottom of Texas. So we drove from Omaha to there. I did not realize how large Texas was. That took a long time. But we actually detoured off to is it Galveston? I think so. I can't remember the name of the city now. Either way, we saw the east coast of the Gulf of Mexico on the Texas side, and it was a lot colder than I remembered it being on the west coast of Florida. So we saw that, and then in 2011, we flew. My buddy Kevin Lesack and I flew to Coral Springs, Florida, for a race called the J Concepts Clash at Coral Springs RC Track, and I got to see the East Coast Atlantic Ocean for the first time in Florida. Yeah, and then the Reedy race, of course, in 13 and 14, we jumped into the Pacific there by Huntington Beach, and then in 2017, when I took Emerson on vacation, we saw, of course, Huntington Beach again, but we also drove up to Santa Monica, where it was much, much warmer. And now we're going to go to South Carolina at Myrtle Beach to see the Atlantic. So, yeah, get a lot of ocean in by the time I'm old and gone. Revolution Design B74 fan mount, we do not have in the store. Rudog fans, we also do not have in the store, but we have a whole bunch of other high voltage fans. ProTech actually makes a really good one. It's aluminum and it's cheap. It's like $16.99 if you want a good fan. So Bob lived in Guam. That's pretty cool. You're just surrounded by ocean. You're like a dot in the middle of the Pacific. I would rebuild my shocks, but since I'm going to try to rebuild them at the track I'm going to go to, you know, what's the point? Dude, the crazy thing about Guam is that during this whole COVID thing, like they actually had a COVID outbreak in Guam, and it was early on. I'm like, where does the virus even come from to go to Guam? Like, I suppose people are coming in off that island all the time, but I don't know. That just seemed really odd to me. Same thing with that Navy ship, where like the entire crew got COVID within a matter of like a month or something like that. We'd have to see. So Daniel's asking about how long something if he orders at a Hobbytown. So Rudog we get from Maine, so it'd take a week once it gets into one of our shipments. You don't need that fan. Don't get that fan. Just get one of the fans we have in stock. A fan's a fan. Don't worry about it. I can get you the mount, the Revolution Designs mount. We can order that, but don't worry about the fan. A fan's a fan. If you want a quality fan, get a metal fan. If you don't care, get the cheap $8 fans. If you're an honor guy, you run the WTF fans. If you're an offer guy, you don't care. Just get a fan. I don't know what that question is at all. Do you have the mountain, the shops, or do you have to order one? I'm going to guess, do you have the mount? We would have to order the mount. I can order you the Revolutions Design mounts, but just buy a fan. We have plenty of fans. I'm going to guess that that's what that's supposed to say. You know, speaking of tools, I got to say that this little flight test 1.5 Allen wrench here is one of the best little 1.5s I've ever had. It's really strong. It's long, so you can really get in places. And their wrenches are cheap. I like it, and it's lightweight. So that's got my seal of approval, whatever that means. Yes, you can do that. You know what I do? I just shoe-goo it, man. I love shoe-goo. Shoe-goo is something everybody should have in their toolbox as well. And on my, I'll show you mine on, well, no, the Losi one's got a mount. Losi one actually has a mount. But on my B64, when I had it converted to that truggy, I just, a little bit of shoe-goo, you spooge it on there, and you just go, and then let it sit for a second. Not for a second, but you know what I mean, like 10 minutes, and then it'll eventually dry hard, and then you can run it, and then if it breaks, you just peel it off of there. Shoe-goo is awesome. Shoe-goo's like vice grips in the glue world, you know, like everybody should have a miniature set of vice grips in their toolbox. You should always have a little miniature bottle of shoe-goo, which, speaking of which, I don't have my toolbox right now because some little turd muffin likes to take my shoe goo and use it for stuff that doesn't need to be used for. So yes, Daniel, I can order the mount for you. I will look tomorrow when I go into work. Revolution Designs B74 fan mount. Absolutely. You bet. That's true. Yeah, shoe goo actually can be used to fix shoes. That was an intended use. So, okay, it's been an hour. I didn't want to not do this program tonight because if you start skipping days, then people start giving a crap. Stop giving a crap. So, but at the same time, I gotta go to bed. I'm exhausted. So, you guys, I will catch you later. If you're in town, I'll see you probably this weekend sometime. If not, we'll have the. I just got a word from my sister that the podcast, the latest podcast, will be up tomorrow on your favorite podcasting app. Hopefully, you can find us HobbyPlex Show, and then our live stream of the podcast will happen Monday at 6:30. And since we won't have a whole lot to talk about, that could be a very interesting show. I'm going to start thinking of topics to make fun of. So I will see you guys later. And thanks for getting look at that. 15 people are on right now. That's great. So bye.